Hey everybody, welcome to Grounded Roots Healing. I'm Jason. I'm an alchemist and I can't sleep. So I have a short change here that I need to sleep a little bit before I switch over to a day shift, and I can't because I'm getting downloads left and right. And these downloads are pertaining to basically the direction that humanity is going right now. Not just humanity, but us in particular, and that is, I'm including anyone who's considers themselves awakening at the moment, stepping out of the stream of illusion and nonsense that is the 3D world. So, it's really cool. Let's see if I can do this justice, because I literally just turned the light on. My hair's a mess, and got up and decided to start talking. I haven't had a time to do a video for a while, and that's because I'm supposed to do this one. So I had a download about what my role is as an alchemist and how it pertains to being a translator of energy. So there are many archetypes of beings like myself being the alchemist archetype, grid worker, this type of thing. This is what I'm supposed to do here. I'm also a healer and other things, and I just don't know how to do that yet, or how I'm doing that, I should say, because I know I am helping people a lot to heal. Now maybe that's in an emotional sense. Maybe it's just activating people with my words and helping you step out of this, again, illusion of the 3D world. And there are many other archetypes, different styles of being, different gifts that you'll have, groups of gifts. It's amazing. It's like the X-Men. If you've watched any of those movies, or Marvel, each superhero has a particular set of skills or is designed a certain way. And that goes for all of us. It really does. Maybe you'll just be a divine gardener, but the beauty and the activations that you can cause by doing that is not to be overlooked. It's as important as anything else that we're doing going forward. We need gardens. We're going to really need these. We're going to visually appreciate and texturally appreciate the type of food that comes out of this, and the garden itself. So anyway, I'm digressing here. But I realize that I'm bilingual in reading 5D energy and translating it into 3D energy. So I get information, but I don't get it in, say, words, or it's just a sense of knowing, a clairsentience. It's a download. The information comes, the answers come, and then I take that knowing and I turn it into 3D words that hopefully help you understand what's going on. I take the energy and I translate it into words. Now this is difficult. We're talking about 5D, high vibrational energy, concepts that don't exist on this plane. And I'm trying to translate it, and I quite often use analogies because they're effective. It's a means for me to get the point across. And hopefully you get that little click where everything makes sense for a minute. So most of us going through this world all of us have been conditioned, brainwashed essentially, into believing everything that comes at us, that we are to look outside ourselves for answers and to listen to authority As soon as we're taught to speak, we're taught to listen. You know, that old adage, children should be seen and not heard. This is immediately pushed down our throats to make us feel like we have to look outside ourselves to a higher authority for answers. And that's nonsense. You have all the answers. And when you start to align with people like myself and other people who are waking up to the nonsense, you can get answers from them. They're little bits of hints or analogies, like I said earlier, as I translate this information, that may cause you to just have that moment where you have the aha, I get it. And it might be fleeting. It might only last a little while. But man, once you have that, you can't go back. You realize that there is something more than what they're telling you. So society in general right now is marching along, worried about this crisis or this issue or that issue. They're using these devices that I'm speaking into right now to push this down our throats and make sure that we are completely indoctrinated and that we don't realize our divinity, that we don't wake up. Because why? Why? Why is it so important to keep us asleep? You have to think about this. Once you start, so the way another analogy is you're going down a stream. Now this stream has been designed by a group of entities that understand how powerful we are. And in order to fool us into going down this stream of 3D thought, they have to get us young. So this is why they've set up all the society and the technology now to make us forget our divinity. And then they do it generationally. So you're born into this essentially slavery system. And you know no better. Your parents know no better. No one knows any better. And occasionally someone comes along that doesn't buy it. And those would be the enlightened masters that we've encountered occasionally in our lives. Not normally in our lives, but at least in society. Like Yeshua, like Buddha, like Meister Eckhart, Joan of Arc, Marcus Aurelius. The list is very long, but if you think of the billions and billions of people that have existed through the history of time, it's quite small. So, for the most part, this has been extremely effective. We've been put to sleep, and there's a coordinated effort right now that's happening to wake us up individually. It's completely, well, you go back and watch my last video. It's divine collaboration and coordination. So everything in divine timing. It's happening as it should, and it's on such a large scale, planetary, humankind, 8 billion people, I believe, at this point, that some of those aren't. Some of those are fabrications. But anyway, there's a lot of people that need to be coordinated into the system in every society, every country, every part of this world. And people like myself, who are grid workers, were positioned strategically around the world on the grid at specific locations to anchor this energy in and activate those points so as to activate the other people around us and then eventually activate the entire grid, which will create a high vibrational planet. It's like a force field that gets turned on, and anything inside of it is 5D. This is when the actual separation completely occurs, and we can no longer see the 3D. Okay, so we're getting turned on, and we're stepping outside of that stream of consciousness, the 3D stream of consciousness, or unconsciousness. And these entities that have designed this system to keep us asleep understand how powerful it is when one of us, just one of us, steps out of the system, is no longer contributing to the directed energy of the consciousness of the collective. So everyone contributing to that 3D consciousness, it's all focused in the same direction. It's all focused towards fear, hate, division, separation. You step outside and none of that occurs anymore. When you step outside and you become your own conscious creator and you realize that you don't have to look outside of yourself for anything, you don't need to answer to the authority of anyone. You're not emboldened to pay anything to anybody. It's ridiculous. Like, you start to understand that you can direct your conscious thought where you want it to go. The you that is the witch to which there is no witcher. The God self, the Godhead. Okay, so one of us gets out of this and we start directing our energy in a completely different direction. It very, very quickly starts to activate others, number one. Number two, it weakens the field. Now this energy will start to look like, in the 3D sense, it will start to look like, as you pull out and you weaken the field, people in the 3D field, in the 3D stream of conscious thought, unconscious thought, it'll start to weaken that stream in that direction. Energetically, the thought of the people on that timeline, the 3D timeline, will start to weaken. And the veil will thin. They'll go up vibration slightly because it's not as many conscious minds focusing at the same place. And it starts to appear as doubting things, questioning the way we've always done stuff, questioning if these people have our best interests at heart. Why do we need governments and borders and fiat money systems, and who do we owe all this money to, supposedly? And do we really need to fight these people? These are the types of questions you start asking, and that is the gateway into spirituality. Then you start searching around on the internet and you find someone like myself, and maybe I just say the right thing at the right time, directed by my higher self, which is God, and it triggers something in you where you have that click. And when you have that click, you step out of that stream, the stream gets weaker, and people become conscious. Okay, so now we're growing, and the snowball's starting to form. And we now know that we are the conscious creators of our own worlds. And the coordination is getting to the point where enough of us are stepping out of that stream where we're going to start to coordinate together and direct our energy where we want it as a group, as a 5D group. This is all happening as it should, and it's already played itself out. We're on a linear sequence of events that can't be stopped. But you start to see how your role in this is, your only obligation in this is to not contribute to the 3D stream of unconsciousness. And how do you not do that? Don't participate in any of it. Don't watch the news. Be very careful and mindful of what you're consuming on these phones and social media platforms. If it doesn't make you feel good, turn it off. You don't even know why it has to make you feel good. If it makes you feel good, it's good. If you want to look at puppies all day, or horses getting freed for the first time and seeing pasture, do it. There's nothing more inspirational to me than watching a horse run down a beach. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It almost makes me cry every time. This is the stuff that you need to be consuming. It's uplifting. If it makes you feel bad, even if it's packaged in something that is supposedly spiritual, be really cognizant of how it makes you feel. That is your number one priority. If it doesn't uplift you, turn it off. And then when you start to do that for long enough, it becomes a habit. And then it becomes something you can no longer not do. You've stepped outside of this 3D stream of unconsciousness, and you've stepped into the conscious stream of 5D. So, I think that's where I'll leave it. It brings me back to the last little song that I sung in my last video. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. There has never been a more profound statement in the history of mankind, and it's been hidden under our noses as a child's nursery rhyme for a long, long time. That is the truth. You just have to accept it. So, like I always say, I hope this video finds you well. I love you all, and we'll see you soon.